Good evening, and we're live. Welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship taking place this weekend at Donington. This is the Group 2 race, and currently on the grid we have 28 possible drivers who will be battling it out to see if they can certainly finish within the points. We'll do a couple of laps with a couple of the drivers, then we'll do a sighter lap, explain the track for you so you can understand exactly what's going on, what corners are where, and then obviously hopefully we'll get to the race and there'll be just as much excitement within the race. So what I'll do is I'll just follow a couple of cars around while it's qualifying. It's just started, there's 28 minutes to go, and we'll do you know, an understanding of who's on track. You can see Michelle, one of the admins of the eSeniors, decided he wanted to take a couple of poles out early on. We'll see how long that barrel of tyres lasts, because I think it's one of them things that tends to disappear quite quickly, so consequently I think the tyres will disappear and end up bouncing down the track. This Donington circuit's a bit of a strange one. When you first get on there you feel like your tyres aren't working. The reality is the track feels really slippy and it takes you a good 2 or 3 laps to get your tyres burnt into it. And even then, you know, one slight mistake and you're a passenger. One of the big benefits of this track though is the huge expansive runoffs. If you are unfortunate though, there are still some walls you can hit, but one of the benefits is if you go off in the right place, yes, you've got to travel across a bit of grass, but it does mean you're not necessarily going to damage your car. You just need to be careful coming back on. I think one of the problems with this track is because of the way it's done and the speed of it, trying to get yourself back on in a safe and respectful manner without causing too many problems is definitely going to be difficult for some, and I think we'll see quite a few collisions as a result of it. In some respects it's a case of sit there and wait till there's a gap and then obviously get back on track and go for it. Welcome to Neil, who's watching the stream. Hi Neil. So at the moment we've got 29 cars on track actually, so very good turnout, so it should certainly be half decent. I reckon I know who's going to win this, so I can put it on the line quite early on, or I can hold it all back and leave it till later, but there's certainly one driver in pre-practice before who was really flying compared to all these. Yeah, Neil's just mentioning there, watch those orange cars go. We've just been watching a video on incidents from last night's race. I think it's fair to say if your car's of a certain colour, it looks like you would attract attention perhaps. I don't know. I'm trying to say it very, very diplomatically. We've got Willie on the stream as well. I thought I did see Willie on track actually. Yep, Willie is on track. Hopefully he's going to be racing or he's going to be spectating. Willie's recently acquired some load cell pedals and he's been having difficulty getting the feel of them. If you've ever gone from normal pedals to load cell, they are different and you've got to calibrate them in a completely different way. Luckily after about half an hour last night he seems to have got them into a situation now where he's feeling comfortable and he's getting back on track. I think he's not practiced for this track at the moment, so I think he will jump on. From what I saw with his lap time, he's certainly improved from what he was telling me before by a good couple of seconds. I think that's probably going to put him halfway up the field, which is really good, and hopefully see some really good racing. Obviously one of the things about early on in the qualifying is everyone jumps out of the pit straight away, and as a result of that you tend to get the same problems. One of the other problems with this is the pit lane exit is on the end of the straight, and actually there's no track limits there, so you tend to people getting wide to take the corner. So when people are coming out the pits, they've probably got to hold back a little bit, otherwise they'll get taken out, and obviously that's pretty poor if that's the case. You just got to have your wits about you, but you do see potential of people avoiding or end up going long in the final corner at the straight. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over and do a very, very brief track guide. We'll switch back to qualifying and then we'll get ourselves set up for the race, and as I said, hopefully it'll be a good one. I'm just going to go on and switch over to the track guide. Okay, so we're going down Wheatcroft Straight. This is flat out. You start braking at the end of the pits, drift cross to the right, and then head into Redgate. Start getting the power down again, and then down through Hollywood. Keep to the edges as close as possible through the crane of curves. Swing down to the left. Brake just after the marker board. Cut the corner on the Old Hairpin. You can cut it. Got to be careful how much you cut it. And then through Starkeys Bridge. Carry on up. Wide and then taking the inside on Schwantz Curve. And then through McLean's. Power out. Start braking just as you start climbing into Coppice, right-hander. Again, you can cut the corner there. Get the power down. And then get on Starkeys Straight. All the way down, keep your flat foot to the pedal, to the metal. Brake just as it starts dipping. Cut across to the left. You can get away with a lot on track limits there. The replays obviously have all the cones in place. But yeah, you can get away with a lot there without a track penalty. Brake at that marker. Drop it down into usually first. Take the corner as close as you can. Through the Melbourne Hairpin. Then accelerate back out. Drift over to the right. Braking just before the board on the right. Into Goddards. And then that'll take you back out onto the straight again. And off we go. Okay, so that's a bit of a lap guide. And we're back onto qualifying now. What about the circuit? So, Donington's based in Leicestershire. It actually opened in 1931. But closed quite a few years, short term later, 1939, as a result of the war. And it became a military depot. It then stayed stagnant for a number of years. And then eventually reopened in 1977. The Wheatcroft family have held it for quite a long time, hence why there's the straight's called Wheatcroft. Only recently have they relinquished it to, I think it's a company called Motor Vision. The track's about 4 kilometres long, 2.49 miles, and people will always observe while you're going around the track. You'll see a plane. Don't know how many planes there are, but there seem to be a hell of a lot of planes, and it's at its shortest point it's only 400 yards from East Midlands Airport. So just a bit of information there about the track itself. When you first jump on this, as I said before though, it does actually feel quite slippy, and you've got to adjust yourself to a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to switch now to a couple of the front runners. So in first and second at the moment we've got Malcolm. Okay, Malcolm's one of the guys who I feel is going to do pretty well today, and then beyond that is Kev Forrest, who's going to I think is also going to battle it out. So I personally think that the race is going to be between them two today, and hopefully it'll give us a good one and plenty to watch and entertain. Just reading the chat there from Neil, don't mention the war. I think I got away with it. Yep, definitely. So you can see obviously Malcolm is going down the final straight there. Going to brake hard in between the markers, cut the corner as much as he can within track limits, and then get the power out again. A little bit of oversteer there. It's the problem sometimes, you take it a bit too hard, you'll get a bit of oversteer, because the track, the nature of the track and the tarmac, it's you will lose time inevitably. At the moment, Malcolm's best lap is a 1:28.4. That'd be actually quite quick in Group 1, so I think we know he's going to Group 1 next time round. And we've got Kev, who's currently out on track in P2, and he's doing a 1:28.4. So again, two very, very similar times, only 300ths between them. So I think it's going to definitely be a close battle between them two. Then beyond that, we've got Rainer Berger, who's done a 1:28.7, and PJ Vitala, who's done a 1:28.9. There's currently 4 drivers in the 1:28s, and then we have a significant number of drivers in the 1:29s. Okay, so there's a good spread of drivers up to position 13, with less than a second and a half separating them. From position 14 downwards, Again, it's very close up to 21 where there's less than a second split in them. I think there's going to be battles all over this race today, and it's going to be really entertaining to watch, hopefully. And we have another car going into the pits. Let's find somebody else. Okay, Van Bassenhove. So his best lap times are 1:29.1. So he's in 5th at the moment. I'd say it's probably not going to be bad for a starting position, that. Get himself off the mark into 5th place. Anything can happen. Good evening, Dave. Sim Racing Elite. Hope you're okay. Another person joined the stream. You can see there's a couple of cars spinning out, a couple of yellows on track. That's the problem with this track. There's so many places you can go out. But as I said, luckily, there's a lot of runoffs. Obviously, you don't want to get in the sand. It just slows you down. Literally sandbags you. A couple of areas where barriers can come against you is getting the power down too early at the start of the straight, and it'll just push you into the wall on the right. As you go down through Craner curves, if you get the balance wrong into the bend, you could actually drift off left, or if you oversteer into the right hand side and hit the wall there. And I think the other one is up at McLean's. If you hit the AstroTurf a little bit too hard and put the power down, you'll go across the track to the right and hit that wall. Again, usually if you hit that one, you've hit it at quite a speed, and there you go. Right on cue. Didn't hit the wall, but that's exactly what I was referring to. Bit too much power, especially being on the curb, and you'll spin the car around. Okay, let's go jump with Terry, see how Terry's doing. Okay. Couple more join the stream. Good evening, Chris. Good evening, Terry. And good evening, Andreas. Good support there for Group 1. From Group 1, sorry. Lee and I are here. Okay. Hey, Stevens. Welcome. I was supposed to be doing the stream with Steve this week. Unfortunately, he's had a few difficulties with other streams, so he's had to forego ours. So you're stuck with me again. Otherwise, it was going to be him on the replays and stuff, the cameras if you like, and me on the commentary. But hopefully, next week he'll be back. I think moving forward, I don't know if anybody saw the post. He's looking for people who might want to be able to help on a Saturday night and get 3 of us together. Obviously, spotter, people managing the cameras, and someone managing the commentary. Obviously, if you're interested, put your name forward. I think he's already got one guy on board, a young German lad. He's joining the group to assist us, and he's done this a while, so hopefully that'll give us some really good pointers and get us going really well, and hopefully get our stream spreading more and more. Obviously, the more people who see the stream, who like the stream, who subscribe and so on, the better it gets for the group. A couple more people joined. Kembo, Milsim. Got Derek. Yeah, commentators curse Derek, that was right, wasn't it? As soon as I mention it, someone goes and does it. I'll be quiet during the race, otherwise everyone will be going off. Yeah, it's been an interesting week, shall we say, in the Discord forum this week as a result of debates around incidents and accidents and things like that. Yeah, it's been interesting, shall we say. Lots of different views, lots of different opinions. Ultimately, you know, it is hard work. There's a lot of things to review, a lot of incidents to review. With the best will in the world, we're not going to get everything right. It's still a learning curve for everybody. But hey, half the fun, isn't it? Just noticed Neil there having a chat with Andreas about the Eurovision Song Contest. Obviously, it's on tonight, and I think it starts. I think it starts at 8 o'clock UK time. I don't know, it's just the preliminaries at the moment or the warm up. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think not much else is on telly, so probably go and watch that. Get a nice cold beer, sit and watch that. Nil poir indeed. Yeah, we seem to be good at that. Okay, what I'm going to do is who's looking like they're doing better than they were before. Okay, so I'm going to go down the grid a little bit. Let's sit in with Lee Ellis a little bit. And go to the helicam. Couple of incidents on track there, you can see. Car 420 who's disappeared now, which was a Bando. Can't see the other one. Escaped to the pits, obviously. If I have a clean lap 1 tomorrow, I'll order a sweatshirt. Right, we're going to hold you to that, Kembo. Definitely. We'll be getting the replay out. We'll be editing all the other cars off to make sure it's a clean lap, so you can park with your cash. I'm a whiz at editing. Oh, look at the plane flying over there. Brilliant. That shadow then. Like it was being possessed. Yeah, I do think they overdo the plane on this. It seems to come round every second lap. And I'm sure in reality there's not that many planes flying into East Midlands Airport. Certainly not at the moment. What is that? Michelle and Lee at the moment, it isn't it? So Michelle's currently 16th and Lee is in 7th. I noticed some people have started doing their own skins outside of Competizione. Some really impressive ones. If they're racing and I can get them on the server, well, if Jeremy can let me put them on my server in effect and use them, it should eliminate any lag, but people won't see the colours from their cockpit, they'll only see it through the stream. But it might be worth trying that one weekend just to see how it works. So currently with Peter here. Peter's best times are 1:29.2. He's currently in 10th, so he's leading out the first 10 from the grid. You can see there he's pulling wide like Daniel did behind him, cutting the corner and then getting the power on through Hollywood and then down through Craners. You'll see a lot of people doing the same sort of lines on here, and they're probably all braking a very similar way. Some of the faster guys will probably brake later, trail brake a bit more into the corners. You'll probably find that a lot of the Group 2 drivers all probably drive in a very similar way. Otherwise they'd be in Group 1. I'm just looking at that red car. Do I speak out of turn here, Neil? Is that an orange one or a red one? It doesn't half look familiar. Pulling off wherever it is. I think Peter's east off a little bit there, and then Daniel Britos is behind him. Oh yeah, he's decided to bail on that one. Oh, well, interesting change at the front. Malcolm's still pole, Kev's still second with the same lap time, and Jeremy is actually third on the grid. So I think Jeremy's going to be looking at a good race here. We're currently riding with Rayner. Rayner's fourth on the grid at the moment. His best is a 1:28.791, and at the moment it looks like he's up on his lap time. This could, as it stands, push him second place if he can get these last couple of corners right. He's going to be close. He's one of the few drivers who's actually up a little bit. Yeah, he was, Terry. Yeah, and Rayner's gone pole. 1:28.3. They saw it here first. So now we've got, that's missed it up a bit at the front. We've got Rayner first, 1:28.3. We've got Malcolm second at 1:28.4. Kev a 128.4. Van Vassenhove a 128.5. Jeremy a 128.7. Vitala a 128.9. We've now got the first 6 drivers in a 128. There's definitely some fast drive going on up front. In 7th place, we've then got Michelle, who's doing a 129.1. Lee Ellis, a 129.1. Richard Colombe, a 129.2. Kai, a 129.2. Peter LaFrance, a 129.2. Terry, a 129.2. So 3 drivers there, very, very close to each other. And when I mean close, you're talking 9 hundredths between them. That's, I think there's going to be lots of battles today, actually. Hopefully it's all going to be clean. And then further down the grid, just looking at some of the guys. We've got Mark Wyman, who's on a quick lap. He's significantly up. This could move him. At least if he keeps the lap in, it could move him up about 3 or 4 places. He's losing time now. I think he must have had broke in the wrong place. He's still up, but only slightly up. Goes him as 10th up at the moment, which will move him up a place now. He's lost a bit of time there. Good evening, Jonathan. Good evening, Tony. Welcome to the stream. I'm going to give a bit of a mention to Ken. He's in the pits at the moment, but Ken put a little message on Facebook asking if I could give him a mention, so I said I'd give him a shout out. There's Ken Lakin. I think he's quite a new driver actually, so new to the grid, quite eye-opening. I should imagine being on a grid with 27 other drivers who were all equally fast, so I think it's going to be yeah, very, very eye-opening. Any other names familiar? Melvin's 17th, Nikos 16th, Thierry is 15th. That's going to be a good battle, I've got a feeling. Harrison's in 18th, Mike Dearlove's in 19th. I think that's going to be a really good battle as well there. I think it could be quite good tonight as long as people keep themselves on the track. And in all the qualifying, there's actually only been 2 cars going off hitting the barriers by the looks of it. Most people have managed to survive. So, let's what's the name, Jonathan? Hi Doreen, just wishing you a happy 86th birthday for tomorrow. Hope you have a really good day. And a big shout out to Mrs. Wood. No problem at all. Always try to aim to please. So during the race, if there's anything you want me to focus on, obviously please feel free. The stream's almost immediate. And obviously if you can see something I'm not, I'll gladly switch around. That's a lot of candles. Don't forget the fire engines. Okay, let's... so Malcolm's still trying to get our pole. He's just done a 128.6 on his last lap. So he's in the 128s. I don't think he's going to go any faster though. Kev's also in the 128s as well. He's just done a... I was just going to say he's done a 320. He's now took pole. But Kev Forrest has now took pole. Dave, no, I've not thought of a job in hospital radio. Not at all. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Andreas, but I presume it says Karen. Happy birthday, Karen. Best wishes. Hope you've had a fantastic day. And I hope, I will say, I hope he's pampering you, but as he's watching the stream, He's obviously got other things on his mind. Sorry, Andreas. I was trying to be a bit more diplomatic than that, Neil. Cheers, Andreas. Right, I've got 4 minutes left qualifying. There's a lot of people putting in personal best laps. But people are definitely going faster. PJ's currently on a quick lap as well. He's up at the moment. So's Kai. Kai's very up. In fact, Kai's half a second faster than he was. That'll take him into the 128s. Let's just jump on board with Kai. Not that I want to... He's lost a bit of time now, but he's still up. Yeah, Kai's just jumped 4 places and is now 7th. But Kai's managed to put it together towards the end, which is absolutely fantastic. Another driver is currently quite up is Mike. Mike Dearlove. He's half a second up here. More than half a second. That could put him into the 129s. Again, he could move up 2 or 3 places here if he keeps it together. I'll just check that in a second, Jonathan, okay? How many drivers are under 1 minute 30? Okay, so we're looking at the moment, 16 drivers below 130. That's half the field. Hi Eric, welcome to the stream. Mike's still up here. Could be a good time this. His best was a 130.7. He's going to cross the line now. And he's done a 130.2. Yeah, it's a half a second. We've got another driver who's on a flyer. Einars. He's lost a bit of time. He was nearly a second up. He's lost a bit of time there. He might still get a bit of time if he gets his braking point right here. Nah, he's lost all his time there. Mike Dearlove's going even faster. He's going for the 129s here. Yeah, he's nearly half a second up again. He's lost a bit of time coming out of there. He's up. He's still up. This is looking like a 128.8, perhaps. A 129.8, sorry. He gets everything right here. He's in the 129s, which means that's now 17 drivers under 130 if he does it. One more coming out of there. How's it looking? Still up. I've pulled a bit more out of bag here as well. So yeah, he's now in the 129.9s. So that's 17 drivers under 1 minute 30. Melvin's a 130 flat. So a lot of exceptionally good drivers going on at the moment. Einars again, he's 3/4 of a second up. He's a 131, so this will put him into the 130s. The field isn't spread much at all. Looks like he went a little bit deep there. It looks like he's lost all his time in that last sector. Yeah, he's behind. He lost nearly a second in that last sector then, which is a shame because he's obviously doing the rest of the track really well. So there's only 7 seconds between first and last. Hi Carlo, welcome to the stream. Don't think I've missed anybody out. Oh, there's Chris. Hi Chris. Welcome to the stream. Session's finishing in a second, so we'll ease off. Hi J-Dub, welcome to the stream. We'll get all exciting in a minute. But just to recap, we have a total of 17 drivers below 130. Pole is Malcolm, then Kev, then Rainer. So on the grid we have Malcolm in pole, we have Kev who makes the forms of the front grid, we've then got Rainer, then got Van Vassenhove, we've got Jeremy in the yellow Porsche, we've then got PJ Vitala, Peter Lafrance, Kai, Michelle, we've then got Lee, Terry, Richard Columbe, Mark Stevens in the orange at Ferrari. Then got Dan Brittas, Thierry Ars, Nikos Margaritas, Mike Dearlove, Melvin Garland, Harrison Nolan in the Sky Ferrari, and then the last top 20 is Mark Wyman in the blue and black Ferrari. Okay, following down further from the grid, we've got Abando, Souza, Boupier, Yanks, Buckley, James Parks, Willie Owens, Stefan Buckley starting from the pit or isn't racing, and at the back we've got Ken Lakin. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, like I did last time, I'm going to start midfield and do the helicam. Yeah, 128.3 was pole, just for reference. There was, I think, 6 drivers in the 128s and 3 of them were in the low 128s. So I think they're going to be the Group 1 next time. Decided to go onto the grass a little bit there. I have to admit, I think I did this in the warm-up. I couldn't see where the car was in front of me and ended up racing down the middle like that and getting myself back in position. It didn't help the person to my left, sorry, to my right, quit, so I had to move over to the right as well at the same time. It's quite annoying when it does that. Gap broken up there. It's lights out and away we go. So you can see Malcolm's really split the grid at the beginning there with Kev. A pair of them just sat at the front. Got any incidents going on at the moment? No, not really. Relatively clean. Can't see any yellers. Everyone's now getting in nose to tail format, which is always a good situation to be in. No drive-throughs, so everyone's managed to keep the speed and keep the position, which is really good to see. Okay, I'll just leave it on this view a little bit, and then as the racing gets interesting, I'll start switching to a couple of the cars. There goes the pillars. I said they wouldn't last long. Let's see how long the tyres last as well. I'll give them a couple of laps. If there's any carnage coming down the hairpin off the on the first corner. And everyone appears to be behaving really well. Bit of a slow car there. No contact, it's good. Looking really good. Doesn't appear to be any drive-through penalties, nothing's coming up. Okay, going to start, just going to jump in with Kev into cockpit view just to see how things are looking. These two I think are going to be hammer and tongue all the way through this. That one drive through at all, Andreas, by the looks of it. Very, very good start, to be honest. There was one or two very minor incidents. I don't think we saw them. Consequently, no one went off track by the looks of it, and no one's been forced into the pits. So it's definitely looking like it's going to be a good race, this. And there goes the tyres. So Kev wins the award for taking the tyres out. Looks like he's got rid of them anyway. So that's people taking the corner now. Quite a good race this, because they're both in the Audi. You know, you can say proper evenly matched, even with the balance of performance. These cars will be set out exactly the same apart from their own preferred setup. So same weight, same power. It's down to driver skill. And obviously getting the braking zones and the corners correct. Has been a little bit of an incident at the back. Just trying to work out who that is. Sousa and Willie Owens, I think. Yeah, Stefan Buckley didn't start. He's still in the pits. He must have to have quit. Again, not many markers on the track to say there's been any incidents. It's funny you mention punchers, Andreas, because I don't think I'd ever seen a puncher on this game. And on the Porsche Cup, Simpson got one, and his car was undrivable, and you mentioned you got one. So it's the first time I've ever seen or heard of anyone getting punchers. I think one of the drivers last night started the race with number 4 brake pads on. Got to lap 16 and heard all this grinding, and all the brakes went red and the tyres burnt up. Basically, they hadn't changed the tyres and left the qualifying brakes. Sorry, hadn't changed the brakes and left the qualifying brakes on. Well, they only last a handful of laps really. So after I think lap 16, you had to pit and change it. These two have well pulled out from the rest of the field now. And Berger's still there. I'm just looking. I'm just going to jump in with Kai. Because Kai's looks like he's having a good race with Peter. Quite a little chain of cars there. So we've got Peter, Kai, Michelle and Lee up the back there, and then in the distance we've got Terry. It looks like Terry's just spun. It's not recording any contact, so it looks like he's managed to keep it on the island. Yeah, Terry's dropped down a little bit. I think he's lost one place though. He's got that car stopping really well. He's gained a lot of time there. No, only Jeremy. No one else has told me. It's a good little chain of cars here. A bit of oversteer there. Keeping it going though. You can see all the poles have disappeared now, haven't you? Just waiting for all the road signs to disappear as well. Yeah, 7 and 15 have had an accident. 7 is Thierry and Daniel Britos. I didn't see that initially. I could have done a replay on that. I'll do a replay on the next one. Andreas, there was a song in the early 80s. It was a song called Safety Dance, Men Without Hats. And it did very well in a lot of countries, 20 countries. It was in the top 10. That band, Men Without Hats, was actually founded by Jeremy. And he played the keyboard and drums, I think, for the band. If you ever look it up, his name does appear. And he's still a musician to this day. Yeah, I can see another couple of incidents coming up there. 763 and 146. 763 is Mark Wyman and Einar, and 15 is 69. I've covered that one already. Very good, Jonathan. Should be called a safety dance. Should be called a penalty dance, shouldn't it? I'll get my coat. Going on. I'm just going to jump 2 cars forward because it looks like PJ's catching Jeremy. Oversteer there. No, Men Without Hats was the actual band themselves. Okay, let's car 420 is about Robert, and let's go back and see if we can do the replay. Oh, it's another orange car. I'm hoping I've not missed it. I think I've missed it. Yeah, I think I've missed the incident. Doesn't come up as quick as you're seeing it on mine. If that was contact, that was very very minimal. Let's just stick with this a little bit now. This is getting a little bit interesting. Oh, there's contact. Maybe that was it. Oh no, that's registered again, so that's fresh contact. Overtaking going on behind. Looks like Mike Dearlove has made a place up after taking the Porsche. Just see that coming then. Oh dear. That's going to come up and say an accident, to think. just saw that one, Andy. And Mike, luckily, even though Mike did collide with one of the cars as a result of the car spinning, it does look like he hasn't lost the position. Oh no, Nikos. It looks like Nikos has took him back again. Yeah, Mike's in the Porsche, not the orange one. Me bad. I'm not doing the replay on that one. We've all seen that one. No one's gone to the pits though, so that's again, that's pretty good. Yeah, it was. I think as he spun, I think Mike had come on the outside. It was no way he could do anything about that. I need to keep an eye on the incidents to see if we can catch any more. So we can see Britos is now at the back of this group, and it looks like Mark Wyman's catching. So still a bit of action going on here. That's Melvin, who's currently chasing down Mike. And then we've got Harrison behind in the Sky Ferrari, and then Daniel behind that. And then Mark Wyman brings up the top 20. So these are all the points at the moment. All these drivers are in the points as it currently stands. Just keep you up to date with what's going on at the front. So Malcolm is 4 seconds ahead of Kev. And Kev is 3 seconds ahead of Raynar, so that the three of them are still in situ from the start. In fact, the top 6 are in the same position. Top 8 are in the same position, actually. Looks like everyone's behaving up front. Peter looks like he is putting pressure on... it looks like Peter's putting pressure on Kai. Let's just switch cameras a little minute. Yeah, I've got a little bit of a train going on here with a couple of them. PJ, Kai, Peter, and then Jeremy at the front of this lot. That was close. Verdoos, no contact, very good. Got Michelle at the back as well, and Lee. Looking a bit difficult. Looking like people find it difficult to pass. Peter LaFrance is on a flyer at the moment. According to this, he's half a second up, and so's Nikos further down. That other group is still battling. Still a lot of close racing going on behind. Less than a second between a few of them. 15 and 93. So 15 was Britos and 93 was Harrison, and it looks like Harrison's had a bit of a problem there. So if I go to Harrison and then go back, you should see what's going on, because it looks like it was 2 into 1 doesn't go. This didn't crash. It's one way to avoid an accident. Okay, back to where we were, which was with Kai and that. That was a proper send it, that one. Put a stamp on it and everything. I bet he's got a recorded delivery as well. PJ's looking good here. Oh, Michelle's stopped further back. Yes. Don't know what with Michelle there, but actually I think it was still having the replay playing. Then it looks like once the replay Once the replay's playing, it looks like you can't stop the replay, so it takes the whole reel back, unfortunately. This will probably catch up again in a minute. Peter's just gone wide a little bit there. Malcolm's now 6 seconds ahead. Kev's been passed by Rayner. Kev's now in 3rd place on the podium. Rayner's pulling away, so I think Kev must have made a mistake somewhere. Jeremy's currently in 5th. Jeremy's having a really good race. Kai's just took Jeremy. Kai's now in 5th place and is now chasing down Van Vassenhove. Although I sense this isn't over yet. Oh, good driving. That was nice. Nice and clean, nice and tidy. 21.69. Yeah, he's 21. Nikos. Let's see if it'll let me go back 30 seconds to that one. A minute. Yeah, let me see. Yeah. Once it's played, I can't go back, unfortunately, and it's all down to timing. Can't stop the replay once the replay's playing. The mic's got back on, but it looks like Nikos hasn't. So we'll go back forward to Kai, who was putting pressure on. So this might forward again when the replays finish. Unfortunately, the replays are a bit of a pain. There you go. That's exactly what I meant. Sorry about that. Unfortunately, once the replay is playing, there's no way of stopping it and pulling it back. You just gotta let it finish. Kai's looking good now. He's started to pull away from Jeremy. Okay, let's look at Rayner. He's catching, and Kev catching on the front. So that's Kevin Rayner. So it looks like whatever mistake Kev made, he's looks like he's back on a mission. Jump in the cockpit with him. Yeah, you can see Malcolm just going around the corner. I'm just looking down the grid now. There's the battles are still going on that we've seen before. Yeah, Harrison's right down towards the back. He must have took damage. Back markers coming up as well. It's definitely going to get interesting. Just jump on board with Rayner while he dispatches of the back marker. Really slow through there. Oh, that was contact. I think it was that was difficult, that. I think the back marker made a bit of a problem for them. Oh, it's interesting. Rayner must have broke late. He's let Kev through bad looks of it. Yes, it was these two, Andy. I think Kev nudged Rayner because Rayner was stuck behind the back marker. Alright, so just trying to work out how far he's from the next back marker. So there's a gap between Hutch and Sousa, so we're alright at the back there. A few cars around the track. Right, let's look at where the racing is at the moment. Kai's 2 seconds off this lot by the looks of it. No, 6 seconds according to the screen. Oh, it's because it's got Lakin. And Lakin's there. Let's see where the gaps are. Quite difficult because they're updating so fast. PJ chasing down Jeremy. Definitely an opportunity coming up, I feel, here. Get a good drive out. He used to get off the mark quite well there, Jeremy. He's done that twice now. That corner, he seems to get the drive. Now, was that a car going off in front, or someone just letting back markers past? Oh, it's the same driver letting back markers past. Sticking left. Ooh, that could have got a bit close there. We're using all the track now. Double yellows. Can't see where they are, just in front. An orange car. Not hit anyone but looking at it though. No incident coming up. Must have just spun. I better reckon he did what I said. He's caught the AstroTurf. Spun the car round. Some very good racing going on, Andreas, actually. Yeah, the front have broken up a little bit. This is where the action is. Looking at it, Mike Deal's dropped down to 20th, but it looks like he's battling Rob. I'm just going to jump with Mike. There he goes. He's battling Rob, who's in the Nissan. Oof! That was a pass. That was interesting. We'll pass that. He's 2 seconds behind Einar. I think he'll pass him here. So I don't think Einar's as quick. It was a different pass, shall we say. Ooh, that was deep. I think you hit the nail on the head there. There's Mr. Wyman's just gone off. So that means Einar's took him. That means now Mike's after Mr. Wyman. Looks like he's not pushing the car, Wyman, because he's being very central to the track. He's not hitting any curbs or anything. Apart from that one. He's trying to keep it off. Oh, nearly tank slapper there. Well held. Well held there, Mr. Dearlove. Trying to work out who else. So Malcolm's 12 seconds ahead now. Kev looks like he's still keeping Rayner at bay. But it indicates on here Kai is looks like he's really close with his compatriot. Less than half a second, Kai. Jumps that in a second. Give it a little bit further, see where it pans out. Don't know if I've missed it, but we'll see. And it's in between 66, who is... Can't even see them on the list, actually. Go. Battle of France. Battle of France there, with James Parks. Looks like it was. Right, I'm going to just jump to Kai. He's giving a bit of pressure. He's still a bit of a distance off there. Let's have a quick look down. See who else is pressure. There you go. Melvin and Thierry look like they're having a good tete-a-tete here. Anything could happen. Got a good drive out of there. He's got the line here. If he can get it right. Yeah, he's done him. Managed to take him pretty well. He's going under for braking it. No. .513 is James Parks again. I'm 46 this time. I'll jump to the next one. If I say if it's too long, I'll miss it. I've got so much going on my screens at the moment. I've got a timing board on the left. I've got all the camera controls in the middle, and on the right I've got all the highlights, as well as the stream going, and obviously the chat. So it looks like Melvin's pulling away here now. She's really done a fantastic job. Looks like Mark Stevens is catching Michelle. Are we going to see another pass here? Got a good drive out of there, Michelle, then, didn't he? Allowed him to pull off a little bit. He's obviously struggling though, that's gone really wide. Yeah, I definitely think you're right with the tyres. Dealov's still not made it past Mark Wyman. Harrison's pulling himself back up the grid a little bit from where he was, bumping in some good lap times compared to the cars in front of him as well. There's going to be an Einar's bumper in a minute. Let's keep an eye on that one. Yeah, I'm going to switch Mr. Nolan. He's I think he's took him actually. No, it says he's close to Einar here. Evidently not. Don't know how far behind he is, the car in front. Looks like he's going quite slow actually. Okay, let's see how Mike's still not got Mr. Wyman. Looks like after his little adventure onto the grass, he's managing to keep him at bay. Oh, that's a cut. I don't know if you'll get track limits there. Good close racing going on. Yeah, he's got a good bit of acceleration. Interesting to see where this goes. He's defended his line. I think he's going to get him here. He's got a really good run out of this, Mike. Good racing. Very clean racing between the pair of them, that. Let's see where else we can go to. Not giving up, Mark, but I think he'll start struggling with the tyres, I think. Where we're up to. Front 6 at the moment. It's Malcolm, Kev, Rayner, Kai, Van Vassenhove and Jeremy. Really up to the top 10 we've got Lee Ellis, Peter LaFrance, Michelle Benchea and Mark Stevens. That's the top 10. It does look quite a significant gap between the spread of the front cars. 14, car 14. Find it. I'm going to jump back to definitely keeping up with Michelle. It's all about whether Michelle pushes it wide and gives him a better drive out. Struggling there with a bit of under oversteer. There's Nick Oster just passing there. That's definitely a cut. He's got a good run here. Yeah. Oh. And that was PJ. He's managed to take it. So Michelle's lost 2 places from one corner there. So that means Mark Stevens has now made it into the top 10. He's now in 9th. And PJ's in 10th. Right. So let's see where else action's at. Like Dealer's still not taken. Still not taken. Mark. Oh no, Mark must have took him back actually, because he did take him, didn't he? He must have took him back. Yeah, 44 and 46 was Michelle and PJ. These two having a cracking battle between themselves here. That's Mark's car. There we go. Okay, you know this is an incident. Oh right. Tyres onto the dirt. Makes one very slippy car, especially when your tyres. PJ's having a go at making some donuts on the grass. And he's still making donuts on the grass. He's got himself going again now. I'm not going to comment on any instance like that, for obvious reasons. It's the orange car. So Robert is looking to pass James here. Orange cars, yes. If nobody knows what we're on about, watch the video that was posted before. You'll know what we mean. was on the it was on the Discord chat. It was a video of all the bumps from last night's race. It was called Bump Bump Bump, and in a 45-minute race there was 24 minutes of incidents. Obviously some of them were done in slow-mo and there was multiple angles taken, but yeah, it was interesting, shall we say. I starred 2 of them. One I got hit, one of them I hit somebody. I did apologise to Nifosi. He came for a dive down the inside and I was just taking my race in line, but you know, can't log any incidents from last night's race. It doesn't cost any points. Just took him here. That was clean. Nice clean pass. Down to 8 minutes of racing. Let's see what else is going on. I'm trying to look at the timing screens. PJ and Melvin are still having a go. Yeah. Well, when I tapped him, he spun and faced me, so I just sat there, and obviously I'm not going to drive off because I caused him to spin, and it was position, even though he was pretty. I think it's that's not a diving place when you're under full braking. But anyway, I waited, but as I got going, Britos then hit me, even though I was more or less on the grass. But when you look at all the cars in the video, you can see cars are jockeying for position, so you know, at the end of the day, I hit a car, I got hit, so it's not, I can't do anything about it really. Second one, Melvin, but although Melvin doesn't remember hitting me, he might not have felt it because of the net code, but Michelle had gone off and I was coming down through Craners, so I eased right off because he was joining the track, and I thought he's going to get me bang on here if he comes on. Anyway, before he come on, Melvin tapped me and spun me round. But again, at the end of the day, my tyres were shot for some reason. Every time I went around the corner, the car slid out. It was like I had a flat, but I didn't have a flat. I still had full pressure, and all the tyres were green. But it just got undrivable, so I retired in the end. These two are going to stay in situ. This is, I'm not sure if this is going to be Melvin's highest finish, actually. He's finishing 30. He's currently 13th. I'm not sure where he's finished previously before this. This could be his highest finish. I think I've seen him 15th before, perhaps. I might be doing the bloke, you know, bit of a unjust there. Dearlove's took Wyman again. Not many other gaps on the track at the moment. Jeremy's took Van Vassenhove. Kai's now third. And he's chasing Kev down. Looking at it though, there's a bit of a way to go there. Looking at it. Yeah, you can see Kev in the distance there. Kev's just left Craners. He's up to the old hairpin. That's where Kai is now. Looks like Peter's took Michelle and is now accelerating away. Interesting. Oh, they touched ever so slightly there, I think. Rear and front. Let's see if it comes up. Yeah, it's come up as an incident, that one. 22.46. It's ever so slight that. Interesting different lines there. Now, last night, Andreas, I weren't going to race last night. So, obviously, it was the God's way of telling me, don't bother. So, I sat and watched the race till the end so I could catch the replay. And then I turned all the equipment off then. If it was a points race, I don't retire, I don't quit. I just carry on. I think if I'd have done a couple of clean laps, my tyres would have probably brushed up again. I think I got some dirt on them. And consequently, that was what caused me a problem, because every time I put power down, the back just spun out. But as I said, I had no low pressure problems or anything. But that looks like that orange car's coming to a halt. That's Nikos again. He's been passed in the same place twice. He's going really slow. Catching. I think that could be Terry. And the other Sky Ferraris, 2 Sky Ferraris, Terry and Harrison. This is going to put the cat amongst the pigeons, I feel. Slide along with Terry a little bit. This is for position. This will put Melvin into 12th. Giving a very consistent race. Oh, there you go. Let's go back to Melvin then. Back on board with Melvin. Nice flames coming out the back then. I still don't think this one's done. So can anybody see the wing flexing on the back? I think it's pretty static, that one, isn't it? No wing flex there. No limber wing, whatever they call it. Hey, on that wing, until you saw the replay and they put the lines on the screen, you didn't appreciate how much that wing was flexing compared to the other cars. I mean, it was a good inch or so, and I don't know what that does from a downforce perspective, but I could imagine it has an impact on the straight and gives you a bit more pace. It's like in these cars, if you could make the wings flat, or like a DRS, you'd drop people on the straights, wouldn't you? PJ looks like he's raring to pass Melvin here. Melvin is catching Mark in front, Mark Stevens, but not quick enough to be warrant any trouble, I think. Not with coming up to the last lap. Been an incident in front here. Another car off. Don't know who that is. Looks like they've took themselves out there. Was it Ken Lakin, that one? I think it was Ken Lakin, who was sat on the grass. He's pulled away a little bit there, Melvin. I wonder if PJ made a mistake. Let's this is the leader. Currently 10 seconds ahead of Kev. Kev's currently second. And Kai with an incredible third. Considering where he started on the grid, I think Kai's done really, really well. Yeah, just watching what you put in there, Willie. Don't give up, mate. It's your first venture, really. Keep putting the time in. Start learning the tracks. Get more confidence up. And, you know, it'll all come together. I'll be cracking a beer later. The last lap. Malcolm Hutchin from the team Exiled Loons. So, is that Lunatics? Might have been exiled, perhaps. Cracking name. Oh, he's finished. He's the winner. With Kevin second place and Kai in third place. Van Hassenhove coming in, it looks like, for 5th place behind Rayner. And has that car just gone flying off there? Oh yeah, someone's bouncing around for fun. That won't do your SA any good. Yeah, don't hit a car when you finish the track, because I still think it affects your SA. You can see just how damaged it is. Peter's finished. Coming down to the last corner, this is Mark Looks like Melvin. It looks like Mark caught Richard on the last lap. Melvin's going finished 12th. So I think that's a really good result for Melvin, that. Not all cars finished yet. Wait for the last final few. Down to 18th yet. They've all finished now.